world. I'm Robin Catling, and this is Write On. Join me in my author journey as I delve into the craft of writing, bringing you tools, tips, and lessons learned the hard way so you don't have to. How to structure a scene. As the link between individual sentences and whole chapters, you have to know how to structure a scene, because scenes in fiction are micro-stories of their own. The purpose of a scene. In fiction, scenes are the building blocks of chapters. A chapter might contain 1, 2, 3 or more scenes. Each one has to deliver on some element of the larger story. It has to be about something and deliver to a specific goal. Character first, plot second, setting or world building a distant third. Regardless of the setup or format of the scene, there has to be conflict by way of character opposition or obstacles. Taking a character-first approach to fiction, each of our scenes ideally illuminates some aspect of one or more characters in the story. When every plot ever conceived already exists, character is where our interest lies. If we leave a scene without any new insight into a character, be it protagonist, antagonist or supporting, then it's a scene wasted. A scene may advance the plot. That's no moon, that's a space station. But characters' reaction to that provides the interest. Curiosity, fear, defiance, fight or flight, competence or panic. There's no worthwhile plot point without character reaction. A scene that only info dumps an educational tract of world building is a poor scene. How does it relate to character or plot? The Death Star certainly raises the stakes with the entire crew of the Millennium Falcon, but that's not what the scene's about. Conflict or obstacles to overcome are essential to a meaningful scene. Perhaps it's Luke and Han arguing over who's the better pilot while escaping the Imperial Star Destroyers. Lizzie Bennet discovers Darcy forced the Bingleys to leave Netherfield. Darcy is the opposition and the obstacle in absentia. Conflict exists between two of them, though they are physically apart. Scene elements. The standard elements that make up a scene are dialogue, action, introspection or reflection, and narrative or description. Or, put another way, talking, doing, thinking, telling. A scene might contain any or all four in endless permutations. The question is which to use to best deliver the scene goals, advance character and plot, delivering any necessary extra information in the process. Structuring the scene. So we return to the core idea that scenes are micro-stories in their own right, which means they need at minimum a goal, a hook, core conflict, and a resolution. Along the way, we need to gain some character insights. We also need to experience some narrative drive by way of action within the scene, or action the scene sets in motion. There's much more to be said about scene goals, but for now let's focus on straightforward scene goals. For example, Luke persuades Han to go rescue the princess. Darcy proposes to Lizzie. Lady Catherine wants Lizzie's assurance she won't marry Darcy. You can flip the scene goals to ask central questions. Will Luke persuade Han? Will Lizzie accept Darcy? Will Lizzie risk all for love? Note that last question isn't, will Lady Catherine get her own way? It's not her scene. The question isn't even, will Lizzie cave in to social pressure? It's the scene that answers the central question of Pride and Prejudice. These are mostly dialogue scenes centered on character, advancing the overall plot, and with an important added context of setting or social hierarchy. Example 1. Star Wars Rescue. Goal: Luke persuades Han to go rescue the princess. The hook: we've found the princess. The conflict: Han resists the call until Luke dangles a reward in front of him. Character insight: Luke's heroism versus Han's cynicism overcome by greed. Resolution: Han agrees. Action: they devise a rescue plan. Example 2. The proposal. The goal: Darcy proposes to Lizzie. The hook: Darcy has something important to say, a bolt from the blue. Conflict: Darcy proposes badly, Lizzie rejects him in kind. Character insight: Darcy's pride, Lizzie's prejudice. neatly summing up the themes of the entire novel. Resolution: Lizzie rejects Darcy outright. Action: the pair part ways with absolute finality. Or not. Example 3. Lady Catherine's visit. Goal: Lizzie risks all for love. The hook: Lady Catherine arrives unannounced and on the warpath. The conflict: humble Lizzie versus overprivileged Lady Catherine. Character insight: Lizzie completing her rehabilitation from prejudice to wisdom, Lady Catherine revealing the full extent of her prejudice. Resolution: Lizzie opens up to the possibility she might marry Darcy after all. Action: Lizzie emerges as the fully empowered woman she aspires to be. You can lift each of these scenes out of the wider story and look at them as short stories or flash fiction with little or no editing. As thumbnail sketches, they stand as complete stories, delivering their micro-plots from start to finish. From writers who know how to structure a scene, they achieve their scene goals with absolute focus and no waste. Put them back into the overall story structure, there's a perfect contribution to the whole story arc. That's all for this time. Thanks for stopping by. You can like and subscribe to the channel, or visit robincatling.info to check out the blog.